These Bridezillas are entitled, are crazy, are demanding, you know, all the things. I just realized I don't have a nose ring in. It must have fallen out. So we are filming without a nose ring. You probably wouldn't have even noticed. I always forget I have one, to be honest. Just thought I would share. She kicked someone out of the wedding party who couldn't make it bridesmaid dress shopping because she was sick and had to go to the hospital. Have you no mercy? Have you no heart or soul? Like really, I can only shop for a dress on one day? That's the only chance you get in life to go try on dresses. Just one day.
Just one. That's it.
Not a bridesmaid, but one of the groomsmen. Oh, a groomsman has entered
the chat.
The groomsmen were forced to work through the entire post-wedding ceremony, cleaning up people's stuff and trying to make sure things go well. When we tried to hide and take a break, we got yelled at by the bride and her mother to keep working. Needless to say, I no longer talk to them. What? Like, bruh, did you invoice them after? It is one thing if they want to ask for help, but to demand work? And I don't even get to enjoy the night. Like, bro, I just want to be doing Jaeger shots at the bar.
Okay.
My sister is getting married in April. She specifically said they're not having Jaeger on their menu, but that she bought me a bottle just for me for the wedding. How nice. When my friend was a bridesmaid, she received an astonishingly detailed itinerary of how to behave on the wedding day, with notes like 9:52 a.m. Compliment the bride on how she looks on this, the most important day of her life. On the actual wedding day, the bride repeatedly got angry with my friend for not adhering to the itinerary. This was after several months of the bride expecting my friend to be available at a moment's notice to take care of any wedding chores. They haven't spoken since the wedding. Is a wedding worth losing a friendship over? Like, a lot of these end with,
I don't speak to them anymore.
How sad. I'd rather not go to your wedding if it's going to ruin our friendship. She reached out after the wedding to ask me how to return my gift for store credit. Well, that's awkward. What do you guys think about this? Some people think like there's nothing wrong with asking to return a gift if you're genuinely not going to use it or whatever. Oh, but I feel like a wedding gift, I don't know. I feel like that would just make me so uncomfortable to ask someone. Like, I would just,
I don't know.
Bride insisted we, the bridesmaids, make all the decorations, but got pissed because they weren't up to her high standard. All of this a month before the wedding because she procrastinated the whole thing. Wanted to plan the bridal shower herself because she thought we were incompetent. During the bachelorette party, we went to a decently fancy restaurant and bride was pissed because her little sister, bridesmaid, who helped with nothing,
quote,
only ate simple food, so we should have just went to McDonald's. To this day, she keeps saying how she wants to do the wedding over again because of how horrible everything went. There's so much more to this, but I'm already a borderline exposing myself. We are still currently friends by saying all of this. It was not a good time, and I myself don't want to have a wedding after being a part of that disaster. You're still friends with them? Okay. We have a friendship that made it through the horrible time. None of my friends would act like that. I'm out of breath. That's a problem. She had her bachelorette party the same weekend as my birthday, but we weren't allowed to do anything for my birthday on the trip.
Weren't allowed?
I'm sorry, Mom. Not even mention it. Well, on my actual birthday, some of my friends got some balloons and a little cake from the hotel. They tried to keep it a secret, but Bridezilla came into the room, saw everything, went completely silent, and walked out pissed. See, that's what I'm saying. You really trying to be friends with someone like that? I cannot control the day that I was born. You can control your bachelor weekend date. And if you don't want them to match up, then maybe you change the date. My best friend got married and she was actually very calm throughout the whole planning process and on the wedding day. Well, that is a first from what we've heard. However, the day after the wedding, she texted me and sarcastically said,
"Thanks for the wedding present."
I was planning to get her a present with my next paycheck. However, I was in such shock she texted me that, especially after I spent $800 dress, alteration, shoes, nails, makeup, hair, hotel room, etc. to be in her wedding. It felt like all she cared about was gifts. Yeah, no.
No.
Even if you wanted to confront someone on this, that's not how you do it. I would never expect it. I would never demand it. I would never expect a gift from anybody. Like, aren't we just happy that they're there to celebrate our day? Picked $400 bridesmaid dresses.
That's so much money.
Destination bachelorette that cost over $1,200. Insisted on a super expensive spot for the bridal shower. Registered at William Sonoma. I was a broke ass college student with limited funds, but managed to pay for all this crap and give a gift. Bonus points. Her husband forgot his entire friggin' tux and didn't figure this out until a few hours before the ceremony. A few minutes before the ceremony, when she screamed at me for like the 500th time that day, I snapped and told her either she cut her mess or I was getting in my car and going home. She cut her mess. The rest of it went fine. That sounds horrible.
At $2,000 for this price, this could all be yours.
This chaos, this yelling.
This misery.
Luckily, my sister is a chill frickin' bride. So chill. The bride got walked out on by her entire bridal party except her maid of honor. Of course, it was because no one loved her and everyone wanted to ruin her day. Not because she ripped a bridesmaid dress from the neck down in an open area because it was too white. It was the dress the bride insisted on all the maids wearing. Well, I'm just confused. So she chose this dress for her bridesmaids.
And then
Had a problem with the dress. And how she handled having a problem with the dress is that she ripped it from the neck down in an open area because it was too white, but she picked it up. Makes perfect sense. I didn't make it to the wedding. I was best friends with the woman. Literally, we did everything together. She assembled her wedding party and didn't invite me. She threw me, my bachelorette, witnessed my marriage, etc. I found out later I wasn't invited because I was overweight and her mother thought that would limit bridesmaid dress choices and throw the wedding photos off. At least I know dodged a bullet. Yeah, that's not someone you want in your life. Absolutely not. Nope. Her frickin' loss. My dad had the audacity to die 6 weeks before the wedding and she couldn't understand why that
Superseded?
her wedding details for me. I met my husband at her wedding. Haven't spoken to her since. Hold on. Your father passed away. I'm so sorry. 6 weeks before the wedding. I sneeze. Superseded her wedding details for me. I met my husband at a wedding. So you still made it to the wedding. But the good news is you went and you met your husband. So you had to be there. There was a reason. The universe had to have you at the wedding to meet your man. The fuck's that? That is in the wrong folder. The bride, who is one of my best friends and very frugal, asked me and her other bridesmaid to hand make all of her wedding decorations. I put in 15 hours a week hand making decorations while also working and going to school full time. Okay.
why?
I understand hand making some things. DIY it up. Craft that.
Ugh.
I get it, but all of them, 15 hours a week? What the heck are you making? Friend asked me to be a bridesmaid in her shotgun wedding.
What the heck is a shotgun wedding?
That was to take place in a little over a month. She had us order semi-expensive dresses and they had to be altered to a certain length. Shoes had to be ordered, toenails had to be painted neutral colors, and fingernails had to be French manicure. We weren't allowed to paint our own nails. We had to get them done at the salon. Hair had to be done professionally by a hairstylist, and we were not, under any circumstance, to have bikini tan lines visible. Mind you, this was right after summer. I lived in an area where beach attire was usually the only attire and everyone had visible tan lines. I eventually had to tell her that I could not afford to have everything done professionally with such short notice. I'd be happy to do my hair and makeup. My hair was so short I couldn't do an updo. She told me her mom could pay and then I could pay her back. That was the final straw. I sent an email to her telling her I could no longer be in her wedding. She was pregnant, about to get hitched, and now I was adding to her list of problems. I valued the friendship and told her such, but just couldn't do what she was asking. I hadn't heard from her for years until one day she sent me a message asking for me to buy from her MLM campaigns for sake. Well then, isn't that something? You guys don't speak for years, then it's like,
Hey girl!
hey, do you want some of my Arbonne products? Alright guys, these are some crazy bridezillas. Have you ever dealt with one, or do you know someone who has? Let me know in the comments. I will see you guys tomorrow. Stay classy out there and stay sassy. Is my necklace backwards this whole time? Shut up. Oh, don't be rude.